I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to speed.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. As Deshaun Watson brings out the Texans offense, let's discuss Week 6. What a game. Houston and Kansas City. Houston winning at 31-24. Matchup, obviously, at two of the NFL's young guns, two guys from the 2017 draft class, in Watson and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and Watson went 12th overall. Patrick Mahomes 10th, because you remember Kansas City traded way up to get him. And you remember what Andy Reid said the week of the game? I really liked Deshaun Watson. I loved Patrick Mahomes. And he meant no disrespect with that. But you and I both know that Deshaun Watson heard that and said, okay, I'll show you. You should have taken me 280 yards and a touchdown and 2 rushing touchdowns, which helped provide the margin of victory.
These two teams in the battle for the Lone Star State met last year as well. That was a good one. Went to overtime in Houston, 19-16. The Texans would win it on a Kaimi Fairbairn field goal. On second down, here's Miller. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
Have no idea where they're putting in the food in the Martin household, but they've developed 2 terrific offensive linemen. Brother Zach, a perennial all-pro at guard with the Dallas Cowboys, but Nick, no slouch at center for the Houston Texans. He sets the tone for their offensive line. He's the pivot up front.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And avoids the contact by sliding. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. George Iloka, the one that comes up to make the tackle. And now the defense for Dallas.
And there's linebacker Leighton Vander Esch, who was so impressive as a rookie in 2018. Many thought Dallas should have opted to pick a wide receiver at that spot. Turns out they made the absolute correct choice. A 2018 Pro Bowler who's only going to get better.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Watson with a give to Miller. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. I'll guarantee you Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield. Cowboys offense takes the field under the guidance of Dak Prescott, and it is just amazing how fortunes can change quickly in the NFL. You know, for Dak Prescott, free agent may even be a literal fortune. He was on top of the world after the Cowboys' 3-0 start, but since then, Charles, 3 straight losses.
And remember, they started the season with a schedule that seems to be favorable as we look at it now, right? I mean, opened up the season beating up on the Giants. Then they went to Washington and beat up on the team in D.C. And then the Miami Dolphins at home. Dominated them, destroyed them. And then things toughened up a little bit, including a home loss against Green Bay. So I think Dak Prescott has continued to play well, but it's hard to maintain that hot start that he was on to begin the year.
Against the Jets, Week 6, he got the Cowboys to within 2 late, but couldn't find Jason Witten in the end zone for what could have tied the game in the final minutes on a 2-point conversion.
I think the big question for Dallas, how did they find themselves in a position that they needed a late touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie the New York Jets?
Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. Brushing off defenders. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dak Prescott, 34 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down now, it's Miller, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Leighton Vander Esch, third in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year, there on the stop. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. This is Deontay Foreman, a man who missed nearly all of 2018. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watson now on 3rd down. Pressure.